So, what is there to talk about, Travis? That was some serious.
Man, I think we should
Shit
talk about
right there.
the last half an hour of music. Like,
Oh my god.
I thought we were in a club for a second. We were popping over in the studio having a good dance. Like, that was pretty ridiculous. I love it.
I love it too, man. I love it fucking deeply. Seriously, man. Like, I think we both gonna agree. We were both saying like, why is this music not in the clubs right now?
No, straight up. And for
It's
anyone
not in
who's
the
listening-
music. Wait, no, it's not in the clubs. Why?
I think that's the big question of the hour right now. Like, anyone that was listening to that mix for the last half an
Half
hour
hour, yeah,
would say, like, that was top. Like, that was fucking good.
yeah.
Sorry about the swearing. My bad.
Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. We
It's-
can express ourselves. Words are words, man. Apologies for the swearing, but like, you can't really. They're not gonna take us off the radio for doing that.
Please, no, don't take us off the streams. But nah, it's been incredibly fun watching you mix. Like the way you blend the tracks. I don't know if people are picking it up at home or in the car or wherever you are. It is incredibly seamless. Like you don't really notice the difference between the tracks, but there's this vast difference coming together, and it's beautiful to watch live. So I hope y'all are appreciating that at home.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you. Seriously, man. Like, I think, like, coming back to that first question I asked, like, why is this music not being played in the clubs? You were sort of mentioning to me, like, it comes down to someone's research into this, you know, the uncovering of music that is so rarely actually a big deal of, or a big part of, like, a DJ's set. It's like, I don't know, I just, like, dive deep into sort of like uncovering stuff that I think is just like profound music, you know, like in all forms, like jazz, club music, breakbeat, drum and bass. Like,
That's why I don't hesitate to call you the best in Brisbane. Like I don't say it lighthearted. Like this guy does his research and he does his homework every time he comes on the radio. He brings on a brand new selection of just some of the wildest stuff, but there's always like an appreciation for how good it is.
yeah,
And the mix just wax.
yeah,
I don't know how
man.
you do it.
I just freaking try my best, straight up. Like, I love doing this stuff. I love mixing music. I love mixing and DJing and finding new music, and you know, like, it's just most of the time I feel quite kind of, I don't know, like I was having these conversations with Josh, Jamila's partner, and Bonner. Like we're both DJs in this world where we like are rarely ever booked unless we sort of like promote and curate an event ourselves. And I think it just goes to show that like usually like profound works of art are just like pushed to the side and never really see the light of the day, and until like, you know, a few years and we sort of like kind of
I'd like
come
to
to
know.
realize it a bit more or something.
I think I said this quote to you and Bonner the other week. That nobody gets the roses while they can still smell them. And I think that's like exactly what happens with good art. It's like it gets overlooked because, you know, it's there, and then say when an artist either gives up, passes away, or 30 years has gone by and that person's, you know, now an accountant.
100%.
Like people
man.
start paying attention then.
People start paying attention, realizing like, oh wow, that was some pretty amazing stuff that was happening, you know, like
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it.
I think that's just human nature to get complacent with something beautiful that's right in front of your face.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. It's tough. It's tough for DJs, like, not in the sense of like, you know, all the DJs I know, they got like other things working for them, but in terms of like actually doing the practice, rarely have they ever asked to actually perform in clubs, perform for dance floors. We're sort of restricted to this space and radio where like the most profound mixes are made, yet they don't see the light of the day in the clubs, on a dance floor, with an audience.
I would love to know like what Brisbane people think of this, but a discotheque in Brisbane, like a mega club, like a giant dance floor, few different bars like around the dance floor, big smokers area so everyone can have their D&Ms.
Yeah.
Like a big discotheque area. I think we're missing that.
We are, man. Like, and it's like we're missing it because of this corporate demise of the club itself. You know, like there's no space for sort of fringe music, or I don't know, just like avant-garde sort of like music either. It's so, you know, it's so safe. It's so like we sort of like we in the clubs right now. I feel like we have a lot of like DJs or music that we consider as sort of like this experimental, this new age sort of music. But then it's like, you know, personally, like I walk into a lot of those spaces and I think like, well, you could be doing a whole lot better. Like, just I don't know, in terms of research or an understanding of deepening that research of music and stuff.
Man, what I kind of see as well is the government. They've done a really good job in making Brisbane safe for like everyone to go out and party and have fun. But now it's almost too safe. You know, like there's no spots where you can go for just like, you know, in Melbourne where it's like a 24-hour rave kind of thing. Like that's unheard of in this city, and I don't know if we'll ever see that, but fingers crossed we do.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Like, it frustrates me, like licensing laws and you know the time, and we put a lot of restrictions on how late people can stay up in clubs and stuff. When like across, you know, the rest of the world, like there's no restrictions limiting people to do those things. Yet in this country, like we have like intense restrictions on how long we can stay out, the volume of music that we can play, like, and I just don't understand it, man, because like it would just be beneficial for everyone, you know, that sense of freedom, that sense of being young and staying up late dancing with our peers and friends and shit, you know.
Or even for like the people who are, you know, in their 30s, 40s, who still find themselves going into the valley. Absolutely no shame. Love that for you.
I love it too, man. I come into the valley to come do this. You know, like I love the valley. I just wish like they expanded and deepened their sort of. I just wish they opened their hearts to more like local musicians and DJs and stuff who are pushing the boundaries. You know, like. So often, like, we're pushed to sort of curate events by ourselves, funded by ourselves, when these spaces are, like, turning thousands of dollars every night over, like, most mediocre sort of stuff.
Man, it's what it comes down to. Like, I think it's business. That's why it's like, it's hard to get upset about it. It's like, you know, these people are making a killing in most of the cases.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want them to do good because without them, there's nothing. But, you know, if they're doing too good, then they're just cutting corners with, like, the quality of music that they're putting on in DJs. And it kind of sucks. But, you know, at least we got something.
Exactly, man. At least we got the radio to sort of, like, promote this stuff, and that, like, through doing this, like, it lives in history, it's saved online, and people can listen back to it, but...
Dude, vive la révolution!
Exactly, man. Truly, like, vive the revolution.
Like, it's tough to say.
100%, man. Like this whole program is a Bonner voyage. It's a homage to Bonner. Bonner's sort of, like, profound experimentation in this city, taking risks, just going above and beyond for giving a platform to people who fully deserve it. You know, like Bonner's the only person who's ever booked me as a DJ in this city.
Yeah.
It's only on the 3 occasions that has happened. Like a lot of it has just been sort of for the radio and stuff, and those have been amazing sets and stuff. But then like someone like Bonner like rarely ever gets asked to play in like clubs, and then when they do, those club owners like have some sort of intervention or criticism or judgment on that performance. And I just think like, if you are the one who are doing those things, like wake up, stop doing that, you know, like
straight up, like it's your fault that Brisbane's losing Angel.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and you know, Bonner will be back like in our community, but we're also talking just about someone who has managed to sort of just create this influence, create this movement of freedom, of
the ambience shows, man.
The ambience shows,
Crazy.
Expanding over an entire season of freaking winter, summer, spring, autumn, 4 seasons. That's a cycle of seasons. Like me and Nathan were talking about this, like that is profound performance art right there, to like carry a conceptual sort of idea over 4 seasons and then manifest that in live performance. Like no one is doing that. No one is doing that. Like, and even Bonner was talking about it tonight, being like, it's an anti-capitalist approach to time itself, to like thinking like every weekend we have to like use the weekends for our, you know, recovery, exactly, our, you know, our indulgence and having fun and letting go of the week and stuff. But then it's like over a season itself, like you forget about time. Like those events, they sort of just like, they lived in this moment of history that didn't actually feel like they were really far away from each other, but like those moments were just like important itself, and that's what counted, you know?
I think what's been obvious for me is the community that's been attending them. It's been the same people, generally, and there's been like more interest as time's gone on, naturally, because they're good events.
Yeah.
But like, it's a real community, you know, and I think with Brisbane, like I'm an artist myself, you're a DJ, an artist, and I see there's so many individual communities. I really want to see like a unity of that in the future. Like everyone coming together to support new acts coming out of this city.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, we need that camaraderie. We need that just, you know, putting out our hands to each other. And for people who own or manage clubs, like, you need to be doing more than just booking your friends every weekend. Seriously, like, this is just like, you know, I not even be listening to this, but like, it doesn't even matter if you're not listening to this. Like, we're saying this out loud, so that means it, you know, is immortalized.
You're hearing this right now.
You're hearing it right now. Like, you need to go above and beyond. You need to do and sort of like align yourself with Bonner's values of performance, which, like, you know, rarely have clubs ever approached Bonner to curate, put on a performance, and yet you do this every single weekend, you know?
Well, what I'll do actually right now, I'll challenge the listeners. If you have any artist friends at all, like someone who you genuinely like as a person, who you want to see do good in this life, they're making art, support them. Like, really get behind them. Share their things on social media.
Yeah.
Get to the shows. Promote the shows for them. You know, you shouldn't need to be prompted to share your friends', you know, stuff online. Like, that you should want to do that. So I challenge you, if you're not already, if you got an artist friend, shout their name out from the top of the hills. Share them on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Make it happen for them, you know?
It's true.
Be a good friend.
Exactly. Be a good friend. Support your friends who are creators and artists in this, you know, in this sort of world which we live in, where so often the artist or creative is pushed down. Pushed down. They just like don't get the same money as people, yet they put in like just as much work, just as much inspiration, and provide so much more sort of light and love to the community, when it's like, yeah, we just have to sacrifice that creativity, that precious value of art for, you know, salaries that just, you know, exceed the amount that most artists will ever make in a lifetime. Yet then, you know, artists just have to be like underneath all of that. And they just have to accept that they're never going to make that much money, when like realistically it's like, you know, creative people like bringing some sort of light to the world, which, you know, profiting companies will never able to achieve. Like, and it's just, I don't know, it's just over the top. But
we got this, Brisbane.
Yeah, we do. I think Brisbane is actually a great community where like we're actually lucky to sort of, you know, have some sort of fringe place in and amongst like the rest of the country and stuff. Yet it's still, you know, it's still hard to sort of it's still hard for the artist. Anyway, you're listening to 4ZZZ with Travis and Bill. We're gonna try and bring together the last hour of the mix. Yo! Goodbye. Anyway, we've listened to 2 Kurt Cobain stings. I love. You know how like cool that is? Kurt Cobain, he like gives the sting.
Is that actually Kurt Cobain?
It's 100% Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
That's sick.
I know,
Shout out
right?
4ZZZ.
Shout out 4ZZZ. Shout out 4ZZZ big time.
Shout out Brisbane.
Okay, Travis, I need you to manage the computer. You need to play this thing while I put a record on.
Alright, we're gonna do this.
Play the Sonic Youth thing. So just drag it to the next desktop.
You're listening to 4ZZZ Public Radio. It's indie all the way. It's in Australia. It's in my apartment here in New York.
Indie all the way, dog.
Alright, dude, that's some good shit.
Now we did some like good points.
We did, man. We really did.
I hope Bono needs that.
I heard one of those too.
Probably not tonight because they're definitely would be out. But I did actually get a film of that whole conversation.
You got a video?
Yeah.
On EP.
Do that. Alright, sir. Yes, sir.